Hello and welcome to a new rush hour episode of Trains At. And today we're at Welham Green on the East Coast Mainline. We've seen services from LNER, or London North Eastern Railway, Hull Trains, Grand Central, Great Northern, and Thameslink. I think I've covered just about everybody. I had a London to Edinburgh bound service just past me, and some 387s coming from Ely to London King's Cross. But first to pass by will be a Thameslink 700 going from Peterborough to Horsham. Wasn't aware they came through fast on this platform, so that's interesting. That's 700-035. Doing about turn. Find another Thameslink 700. Not too sure what you're working, but you're 700-143. In fact, I'll tell you what's what. That one is the Peterborough to Horsham. The other one, I think, could be Cambridge to London King's Cross. Okay, the next train to arrive, if I can actually get the focus to work, there we are, is 717-009 with the 1713 Great Northern service from Moorgate to Wellington City. It's a snug fit here, he says, as he just has a cheeky look behind him every now and again, periodically. Yeah, I think the word is snug. Okay, we're ready to depart now. Will be the 1713 Great Northern service to Wellington City. Any minute now. There we go. Okay, and then the next train to pass by will be an LNER Azuma going from Lincoln Central to London King's Cross. I want to say 800-208. Okay, the next train to round the bend is going to be an LNER service from London King's Cross to Leeds, worked by one of their 225 sets. So we have 91007. Wait, 91107, even you idiot. With 82223 bringing up the rear. It's always good to see the 225s out and about. I don't know where I got 007 from, but there we go. We all know what I meant. We all know I meant 107.
Please. Thank you for wearing a face covering, unless you are exempt.
Well, I tell you what, love. There's a lot of people I've seen nowadays who just aren't wearing masks at all. So there we go. I'm wearing mine, but a lot of people, well, they just aren't anymore, unfortunately. And the next train to pass by is 700-002. Working a London King's Cross to Cambridge service on behalf of Thameslink, because, I mean, who else is it going to be? You've got to be quick off the mark here, because unless they've got some speed behind them, you can't actually hear them rounding that bend until they're right on top of you. And I almost got my head taken off by a little thrush of all things. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1718 Great Northern service from Wellington City to Moorgate, worked by one of their class 717s. Brushing past the bushes.
May I have your attention, please?
No, you may not. This is worked by 717-023. Right, I'm going to keep her rolling as there's a service about to pass the other side of this train. I'm just going to try and see what it is. Well, you can probably hear it. It was a Thameslink service going from Cambridge to Brighton. It's now departing as the 1718 Great Northern service to Moorgate. It's worth noting at this stage that basically everything is running late, and I have no idea why. Okay, the next train to pass by will be a pair of Great Northern 387s going from London King's Cross to Ely. 387115 leading. With 387203, the former Gatwick Express 387 trailing on the rear. Okay, the next train to make appearance will be a LNER Resumer going from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. (801-219). Then we have some Great Northern 387s coming through with a service from London King's Cross to Peterborough, with former Gatwick Express 387202 leading, with 126 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train oh my lord. The next train to make an appearance will be 717011, sporting the Thank You NHS branding on there. That's it, the 1727, thank you, Anne. Yes, 1727 Great Northern service from Moorgate to Welham Garden City. Hello. There goes 700-116, the Thameslink service from Brighton to Cambridge. The previous LNER Resumer that came through was actually running a late service from Leeds to London King's Cross, running about 10 minutes late. The next Resumer coming south will be the one from Edinburgh. And I might as well keep her recording as the 1727 Great Northern service to Welham Garden City is about ready to go. In your own time. There we go. Okay, here we have 800-102 with an LNER service to somewhere far and fancy. Generally haven't got any idea where, because everything is, well, everything going north is running on time, but everything coming south is running late, so it's throwing everything in complete disarray for me, so I'll work out where that's going to. I want to say that it's going to Hull, but I will double check. Okay, well, the LNER Resumer was heading off to Hull. I believe that this Thameslink service is going from Cambridge to London King's Cross, and is worked by 700-058. I mean, to my recollection, I've still got a late-running Kings Lynn to London King's Cross train to come through, and I've also got a Peterborough to Horsham train to come through as well.
Unless they are the folding bikes.
Would you
No
shush?
bikes allowed at Highbury and Islington, Essex Road, Old Street or Moorgate, unless they are the folding bikes. Thank you.
That's genuinely amazing, love, but I couldn't give much of a monkey's toss at this stage in proceedings. Okay, about to pass through now on the Thameslink service from Horsham to Peterborough. Worked by 700 112. Okay, the next train to pass by will be an LNER Azuma service going from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. That's worked by 801 110. Okay, the next train to pass by will be a Great Northern 717 going from Welham Garden City to Moorgate, interestingly not stopping here. This is worked by 717 009. Not really breaking speed records, but still nice nonetheless. Okay, the next train to pass by will be an LNER Azuma going from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. One 209. I love watching that pantograph just bobbing up and down. Okay, sneaking up on me now is 717 015 with a 1743 Great Northern service from Moorgate to Welham Garden City. I'm forever having to check my phone to refresh Realtimetrains basically every other minute because everything is just running late. I mean, as it stands, I'm still yet to see the Kings Lynn to London King's Cross service, the Peterborough to Horsham service. I'm awaiting another Edinburgh to London King's Cross service, followed by a Hull to London King's Cross service. So it's all just a bit of a state at the moment, so you're going to have to bear with me throughout the majority of this because everything seems to be running late. With the exception of the majority of services heading north. Oh, hello. Doing about turn. Then we have 800 105 with the northbound LNER working. No idea where that's off to. I'll have to double check that one. There is a service bound for Harrogate, so I'm just wondering if that could be it. Okay, the next train to pass by should be the Peterborough to Horsham Thameslink service, worked by 700 150. Certainly not hanging about. I'll keep it rolling as there should be a Great Northern service coming through with a service running non-stop to Welham Garden City, I think. Oh no, oh wait, oh lord, oh dear, no. Oh my god, who are you then? Would you be... You've got to be London King's Cross to Cambridge then, surely. It's the only thing I can think of, which is 700 019 working this one. Oh, why are you bound for Cambridge? I think you are, he says. Oh, right. Okay. No, right, good, carry on. Well, it's completely empty, so that could actually be the ECS from London to Welwyn Garden City. But no, it can't be ECS. But then it's complete. Oh, I don't know. I'm so confused. This whole video is just turning into a complete, just, you know, guess. Take a wild stab, and you know, you pretty much got it. Okay, the next train to arrive will be the 1748 Great Northern service from Welwyn Garden City to Moorgate. The Thameslink 700 was actually running from London King's Cross to Welwyn Garden City.
Be aware that Great Northern do not allow bikes between Drayton Park and Moorgate unless they are the folding bikes. That's no bikes allowed at Highbury and Islington, Essex Road, Old Street or Moorgate unless they are the folding bikes. Thank you.
Amazing news. This is worked by 717-011. Marvellous. Okay, now departing is the 1748 Great Northern service to Moorgate. Then we have another Thameslink service coming through, worked by 700-045. That is working a Thameslink service from London King's Cross to Cambridge. Alright then, about to pass through now is 387118 we could do with a clean, and then a rather clean 387107 on the rear with the Great Northern service from London King's Cross to King's Lynn. I've had the very late running Peterborough to Horsham train pass through as the 1748 Great Northern service was parked up here picking up its passengers, so that one's cleared. I'm still waiting for the Edinburgh to London, the Hull to London, and then at some point I'm going to have a Grand Central from Bradford interchange to London King's Cross to come through. I don't know what order they're going to turn up in, because as far as I can work out at the moment, the Hull train service is currently stuck the other side of Stevenage. I don't know why. I can't find anything. I can't fathom out what's going on, but some manner of thing has taken place and it's just thrown everything into complete disarray. Okay, this is the... well, this should be the Edinburgh to London King's Cross LNER Azuma. He says with some vague degree of confidence, as a pigeon almost gets completely collected. Okay, here we have... 801-213. So in theory, it'll be whole trains after that, then it'll be Grand Central. In theory. Okay, the next train to make an appearance will be the 1758 Great Northern service from Moorgate to Welwyn Garden City. Worked by 717-001. Well, you may say 1757, but my sources tell me 1758, so let's just agree to disagree on that one, please, would you, love? Okay, about ready to depart now. With me eating a slice of humble pie is a 1757 Great Northern service to Welwyn Garden City. Now, apparently, at some stage during this, mysteriously, the King's Lynn to London King's Cross Great Northern service has gone through. which I find extraordinary to believe because I've not seen it, but apparently it's gone through and is, for all intents and purposes, pretty much sat in London at this stage in proceedings. Okay, the next train to round the bend should be an LNER Izuma service going from London King's Cross to Leeds. (801-104) leading and 801-102 bringing up the rear. Okay, the next train to pass by is going to be one of Thameslink's services. At this stage, I really don't know. This could be Cambridge to Brighton. All I know is it's 700-122. It could be Cambridge to Brighton, or it could be Peterborough to Horsham. According to Realtimetrains, everything at this stage of proceedings is sat at Langley Junction. Just everything is there. Nothing is moving. So I don't know who's what and what's where. Right, well, the next train that I can call with complete confidence is the 1804 Great Northern service to Moorgate from Wellington City, worked by 717-015. I just had a quick look on Twitter just to see if there's anything going on that LNER or Hull Trains or Grand Central or anybody are reporting, and there's absolutely nothing, so I generally don't know what is going on, but it's just one of those things. Okay, now departing is the 1804 Great Northern service to Moorgate. Right, the Thameslink service was on a Cambridge to Brighton working. That much I can ascertain. But there are so many things that are just massively delayed at the moment. It's a lottery. Things going north, not a problem. But everything going south, with the exception of these Great Northern local services, just seems to be running late. Okay, the next train to pass by will be a Thameslink service going from Horsham to Peterborough, worked by 700-138. Just noticed the driver is wearing a face mask, interestingly enough. I wouldn't have thought that a train driver would have been required to have worn a mask inside the cab. Especially if he's alone. I mean, I couldn't see anybody else in there with him. Yeah, fair play. Okay, here we have 700-142 bound for some far and distant land. I want to say that that's going on a Cambridge to London King's Cross working. That's the only one I could see, but once again, I will have to sort of double and triple check, as these timings are changing so frequently. And the next train to pass by will be an LNER Izuma. (801-219) sounds like there's a bit of a flat wheel in there somewhere. Truth be told, I don't even know where she's going. Everything is just mixed up. I mean, supposedly there was a Cambridge to Brighton train that came through at 2 minutes past, and I'm so confused. And that could have been the Thameslink one that came through earlier, because apparently the one from Cambridge to London hasn't actually come through here yet, and I'm just, oh god, if I didn't have any grey hairs at the start of this, I certainly do now. Okay, the next train to arrive is 717-010 with the 1813 Great Northern service from Alexandria Palace to Welham Green City. Apparently that LNER service was bound for Edinburgh Waverley. I still can't work out what's happening up there. And, oh hello. So there goes 800 208. I don't know where she's going either. It's all just a complete mess. Nothing is running in order. I can't keep track of it. Oh, alright, that's off. The only thing's running to some form of schedule are these services. Everything else is sort of just... I'm sure there's a bloke just, you know, pulling names out of a hat and going, right, let's send a train here, let's send a train there, let's not worry about timetables. I mean, I'm still waiting on the whole train service and the Grand Central service. I don't know what's coming on. Okay, the next train to pass by is... it's an LNER Zoomer. God knows where this is coming from. The other LNER was going to Skipton. (801-207). That's all Pete from the driver there, thank you kindly. Now I want to say that LNER Zoomer's gone from York to London King's Cross. Which one's platform 2?
Please stand well clear of the edge of platform 2.
Oh, blimey. What? Who? When? Why? Oh, my lord. Oh, hold on. That might be a Thameslink service going from London to Cambridge. I'll keep recording. There's a pigeon up there. Still recording. Okay, that will be a Thameslink service going from London King's Cross to Cambridge. Going at a sedate speed is 700,035. Okay, the next train to arrive is going to be the 1818 Great Northern Service from Wellington City to Moorgate. Realtimetrains is having a... Shut up. This is the return of 717-001. I have no idea where half these LNER Zoomers are coming and going from, because Realtimetrains just is not refreshing. Well, it is refreshing, but it's just not... It's not showing anything. I mean, according to that, services... Well, the service from York to London hasn't even gone past yet. There's a service from Harrogate to London, hasn't even gone past yet. There's a service from London to Skipton, hasn't gone past yet, so... Yeah. It bodes well, it bodes really well. Okay, now parting is the 1818 Great Northern Service to Moorgate. A Thameslink 700 just went racing north. I think we're doing about turn. We may just see the tail end of said 700, indeedy do. Okay, the next train to pass by will be some Great Northern 387s. (387-128) and (387-119) with the Great Northern Service bound for King's Lynn. I think at this point I'm not actually going to attempt to bother with Realtimetrains for my information. This is just going to be a case of calling out the train numbers as they go, and if I can see the destination boards on some of them, then I'll call them out. The 387s, that won't be an issue because they just do the King's Lynn or Ely to London King's Cross and back. The Thameslink services, depending on what platform they're on, will probably do either Cambridge to Brighton or Cambridge to London King's Cross or Peterborough to Horsham and vice versa. And then the LNER services, well, going north, that can be anywhere, and then going south, well, they're going to London, I can tell you that much, and then just everything else is a complete up in the air moment because I can't make heads or tails of it. I mean, I'm still waiting for the whole train service to come down. I'm still waiting for the Grand Central service to make an appearance, and they're now knocking on the door of 40 odd minutes late at this stage. I'm almost convinced the London to Skipton train's gone through, and I'm always convinced the York to London train has gone through as well. So yeah, I really don't know. So the remaining time that I'm going to be here for about 40 more minutes will just be guesswork on my half, because I can't I can't work it out. I don't know what's going on. And there we had 387110 and 387102 with a Great Northern service to Ely. Caught me off guard on that one because I was not paying attention, so I had to be a little bit rushed. And the only reason I've had a look on Realtimetrains again just to see if I can make heads or tails of anything, and realistically, no chance. Stuff going north I can probably get, but it's being mixed in with everything that's trying to come south. So I've got times all over the gaff, so I shall try my utmost. Right, well, the service I said was going to Ely isn't. It's going to King's Lynn. This is a Thameslink service heading to somewhere mystical and magical, mixed in with just about everything. It is 700-105. I want to suggest that is off to Horsham. I'm going to keep it going as I can see headlights in the side. We're going to have a Great Northern service going to Welwyn Garden City. I've not been able to check the time, so hopefully my good friend Anne here will shed some light on the scenario when it pulls in. All I can tell you, it's 7:17:019. There we are. The 1827 service to Welwyn Garden City. Nice squeaky brakes. Okay, we're ready to depart now. Will be the 1827 Great Northern service to Welwyn Garden City. As up in the distance is a Thameslink service just crossing over. So that could be working the Cambridge to London King's Cross train. It's worked by 700-049. Looks like there's something coming around the corner. It is a LNER Azuma. This is working a service to Newcastle Central. (801-111) leading with 801-110 on the rear, running in numerical order. Okay, the next train to pass by will be another LNER Azuma. This could be working a service from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. (801-215). Okay, the next next train to pass by will be another Thameslink service worked by 700-132. That, I believe, is Horsham to Peterborough. But as she continues onwards, I'm actually going to leave it there, I'm afraid. The old space is slowly creeping up on me in here, so I'm going to have to make some room somewhere and go from there. I will capture this final service heading into London, courtesy of LNER. 801226. So, she ran the bend, I should leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching, it is greatly appreciated. If you have enjoyed what you've seen today, then please do like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, I do go back to them as and when I get the opportunity to. It's a pity that Hull Trains in Grand Central haven't made appearances, but something has happened up the other side of Welwyn Garden City, that's for sure. And everything's just thrown into complete disarray, everything's running late and I can't make heads or tails of it. But if, yeah, there we go. Right, well my next rush hour film is going to be from, where am I going to go? I think I'm going to go to Nuneaton on the West Coast Mainline. Always a good station to go to, as we have 717010 rattling through from Welwyn Garden City to Moorgate. Yeah, Nuneaton will be the next rush hour film that I go to on the West Coast Mainline, so I'm really looking forward to filming there, as it's last time I was there, it was absolute freight heaven. It really was. So, until next time, from me here at a rather confusing Welham Green, I shall see you all later. Take care, guys. Goodbye.